Hello, my name is John Schneider. When I was a kid, I used to visit my Grandma Vi in the Jersey Bayshore area, and I'd take 8mm movies of my family and their friends. In fact, I was the family filmmaker. Today I live here, but traded my film camera for video, and recently shot this tugboat in the Shrewsbury River. Welcome to Jersey Bayshore Country. Where is the Jersey Bayshore? Let's get oriented by starting with the big picture. It's somewhere in here, part of the universe, and definitely part of our world. But it's like no place I've ever experienced. And as soon as we land, I'll show you around. Hello everybody, I'm John Schneider, and I am your host for Jersey Bayshore Country. And with me today is the Executive Director of New Jersey's Travel and Tourism Office, Grace Hanlon. Hi, Grace. How are you?
John, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad you're here. Tell us a little bit about you. How did you come to get into this job? What's your background?
Well, I think, first of all, I'm very honored to be the Director of Tourism. It's a great job. And if it wasn't for tourism, I don't think I would even exist. My parents met at a beach house down at the Jersey Shore.
Oh, nice.
My mom was from Brooklyn and my father was from Staten Island. And I think they each had 2-week rentals in Manasquan, and that's where they met, and the rest is history. So if it wasn't for tourism in the Jersey Shore, I wouldn't even exist. I do have a background in media and in marketing, and I think that was the mix that worked for this position when they were looking to fill it for the Director of Tourism. And I have such a natural love for New Jersey, especially the shore, that it was a nice mix. Mm-hmm. I live in Fairhaven. I grew up in Homedale, so I'm very familiar with the Bayshore area. I love the Bayshore area.
Oh, good.
We've it's been a part of my life, from Keensburg Amusement Park to Keyport to Sandy Hook, Highlands. My family's dispersed in the area. I have a lot of friends, so I have a history in the area, and I also have a very special place in my heart because I am only a couple of miles away. I did live through Sandy, and watching friends and relatives lose homes and businesses, it was devastating. However, I know some people are still hurting, and I have a tremendous amount of compassion for them, but so proud of really how much people have rallied and how quickly, for my purposes, we were able to get so many businesses and homes up and running for the shore for the summer, that we actually did have a very, a relatively positive season last year.
Well, I want to hear all about that. It's sort of interesting, but there are people that are still displaced, and I like you, I'm trying to promote New Jersey and the Jersey Shore and the Jersey Bayshore. But there are people once in a while that write to me and talk to me and call me and say, even though you're promoting tourism, don't forget that, we're hurting out here, some of us. And it's a delicate balance between, saying, well, tourism is important to us because it stimulates the economy and allows us to do more things for these communities. But there is some good news, right, in what we're able to do in tourism these days.
Yeah, we had, like I said, we had a relatively strong season last year. We're looking forward to the next season. We're even in better shape than we were last summer. And I think we are going to have a great season, and people do realize the value of these businesses and what they bring to the economy and to the local community. They're important. Sure. So I think it put things in perspective when all of a sudden you saw so many businesses wiped out, and then the joy of watching them reopen one by one, getting back to the new normal.
The new normal, there are tourism is the 5th largest industry in the state, and Grace and her team and many of the towns, of course, and a lot of legislators have helped really to stimulate tourism. aren't there 340 or 50 or 60,000 jobs that are directly related to tourism in the state of New Jersey, right?
They are. Yep, 1 out of 4 jobs is related to tourism in New Jersey. So it is vital to the economy. And I think, not only is it vital to the economy, it's part of the community. I mean, like I said, I'm in Fairhaven, and I have a son that works at the shore. So as community members, we're living the dream. I got to have my son ride his bike over the Seabright Beach to work at a beach club. And I mean, that's what we live here for, is to be able to enjoy both of these resources.
Post Sandy, after the storm, obviously we had the Stronger Than the Storm campaign, and we were trying to kind of fight the perception that everything's destroyed and you don't come down, there'll be road blockades and stuff like that. What is sort of the new advertising promotional strategy?
Well, I think they did an excellent job last summer, making sure that people realize we're open. And now it's a continuation of that. And it's also really expanding upon other valuable assets, cultural assets, other than the shore as well. Not to say we're not going to focus on the shore, but let's get back to giving shout outs to the other wonderful assets from hiking and biking and antiquing and all these wonderful farm-to-table restaurants and the culture that's available in New Jersey. So the campaign is going to be more, it's going to be more robust. It's going to encompass all of New Jersey again, and it'll be, I think, very strong.
And I'm glad to hear that. It's historically, New Jersey has, and a lot of you know this, has been perceived very differently than it is today. People sort of, all they knew about New Jersey was that you could jump on the turnpike and get someplace else. And when you were on the turnpike, you saw refineries and, high tension wires and stuff like that. But New Jersey and the Bay Shore and the Jersey Shore, a lot of things are well-kept secrets here. There's some stuff here. Now, I shouldn't say well-kept, because you're doing a great job in making sure that it's not a well-kept secret. But I think people would be surprised at, number one, how conveniently located we are to the New York metropolitan area, and how many really cool things there are to do in the state. And then I'll say one more thing for your response is, I think there are people in New Jersey who don't even know what they have in their backyard, right?
Yeah. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Just, trying to define your region, the Bay Shore, which I love, which has so many great assets. Like I said, from Keansburg to Sandy Hook, the restaurants, the parks, the shopping, just so much going on, the fishing. And, we want to explain to Southern Monmouth County that the Bay Shore's here, and come visit and shop in our stores and come to our great restaurants. And it is a challenge, but I think, we're doing a good job at definitely moving the needle as far as awareness to all the different assets in New Jersey.
Where do you think most people are coming from when they come to New Jersey, and where are they going? Is there one or two cities where they're concentrating, and sort of where are the states that they're coming from?
Well, the majority of our visitors come from North Jersey, are from New Jersey. So we consider somebody that's come down from Short Hills or Far Hills to Spring Lake or Long Branch, they're tourists. If you get into your car and drive over 50 miles, you can vacation in your state, and many people in New Jersey do that. Go down to Long Beach Island and to the different shore resorts. So New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Now in South Jersey, if you're going to say South Jersey, south of LBI,
sure,
big draw from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay. And where are people? I mean, Cape May is a big tourist attraction. Atlantic City is a big tourist attraction. What about on the Jersey Shore? Who wins? Which city gets the most tourists, do you think?
Oh, that's not fair.
No, well, it's not you. It's them that are doing it. I mean, what would you say sort of the top cities? Asbury Park? Or
last summer, a lot of the towns really did hit their target for beach badge sales. I know Asbury Park did. I know Long Branch killed it. Some of our beaches weren't ready. Obviously, the ones that were really highly impacted, like Wortley. But now they're going to be. But I think that all of the beaches for the regions that they're trying to draw people from are quite popular, and they're doing well. Good.
And it's there's a double-edged sword, or maybe it's a mixed blessing, I should say more correctly, that people come from other parts of New Jersey to vacation here. because they tend to become more the day trippers, and
Yep.
we run into this problem, than the overnight vacationers. Isn't that right?
Yeah, we do. Day trippers are very important, and we do have quite a few.
But we want them to stay because
I do want them to
we
stay.
also want them to stay at our hotels.
We do.
And there are fewer and fewer people, I think, I think it's growing. There are more vacationers coming down, but we're seeing more and more day trippers come. And they're great. We want them. But we also want people to stay in our hotels. You know, the Bayshore is particularly challenged with hotels and places to stay and that sort of thing. And it seems like you've got plenty of hotels. How are they doing, these bed and breakfasts and the hotels? Are they having a good year?
Like I said, it's now we're coming into the season, 2014, but we really held our own last summer. Very, very pleased to report that.
Now, as the executive director of travel and tourism for the state of New Jersey, you probably don't have time, but do you get to travel around and see the state?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you?
Absolutely. I'm always all over the place, from Cape May all the way up to Sussex County, and I'm always finding new places to go, new adventures.
Oh, I love that.
It's a great state. It's incredibly diverse, from rodeos down in South Jersey to skiing up in Sussex County. The culture, a big fan of, we have beautiful NJ Pack in Newark. Here right in Red Bank, we have the Two River Theater, the Basie. I mean, there's just so many great theaters throughout New Jersey. It's a very eclectic and culturally diverse state.
It sure is.
So many assets.
What have you discovered? What are some of the things just off the top of your head that you went out and discovered and said, I had no idea that existed in this state?
Well, I was very impressed, and I absolutely loved the Edison Museum up in Orange.
I have never, I've heard about it, and I've never been there.
It's very interesting. They do a fabulous job. It's a terrific tour, and this is Thomas Edison.
And what a genius he was.
This is where it's all
so
started.
Many things he invented.
He had to invent the film for the camera.
Yeah.
So he had to send scientists to Florida to start developing plants to make film. I mean, it's not as if he went to a store and could buy something. Everything was invented from scratch. So they did a beautiful job preserving his laboratory exactly the way it is. His home is
and you go through the home?
You can tour the home, and he entertained some of the most powerful people in the world in his home, have walked through there, and his treasures. So I thought that was really neat.
How long does it take to get there from this area?
45 minutes.
And how long could you spend at the Edison?
The day.
Really?
And touring the house.
We're
and
going to
a
have
picnic,
to do.
and it's a federal park.
Do you have connections? Can you let me get in there and do a
Done.
video? Well, I'm going to show you in a future
done.
show what's at the Edison Museum. Now, what else is fairly close to us that you could recommend that we go see?
I think something that's opened, which is really interesting for the little ones, I'm talking north, is the Dinosaur Terrain Park.
The Dinosaur what?
Terrain Park.
I would be interested
Called Field
in that.
Stations Dinosaur.
What person isn't interested in? Are you interested in dinosaurs?
Yeah, and it's really cool because it's outdoors, so they're real life. They're to scale.
Really?
Automatic. They're robotic dinosaurs.
I'm smelling a video. That's fantastic. I had no idea.
And you can actually see, I think, the T-Rex from the Empire State Building.
Wow.
So I think that's fun.
And what's it called?
The Field Station Dinosaurs.
Field Station Dinosaurs.
East Rutherford, Secaucus
Would
area.
that be interested for adults as well, do you think?
People have their 50th birthday parties there, and they run around. Dinosaurs after dark.
Wow.
And
the T-Rex will not malfunction and eat people?
I don't know about that, but it's fun.
So what else, Guy? Keep going. What are some other things we could do?
Well, I think here in Monmouth County, I love to give a shout out to our friends at iPlay. Which is an indoor amusement park out in the Marlborough area.
Really?
It's just beautiful. And
I met one of the marketing folks from that just a couple nights ago to meet
it
you.
was a big investment for them in the community, and they did it first class all the way.
And it's year-round?
Yes, and it's indoors and secure and clean. And
just for
tons of
children,
fun.
or can adults go on some of this stuff too, do you think?
They do have a 3D movie theater, which
I
is fun.
love
They
that.
have the laser tag, which adults can do.
Sure.
They have a party area, so they're having sweet 16s there, and bar mitzvahs and confirmation. So it's really can be very family oriented, especially when you can have a party. So I think that's great. always investing over at Six Flags Great Adventure, doing a wonderful job.
I've never. You're gonna have to. You're gonna
You
have
need to hang out with me.
You're gonna have to take me on one of these.
Their new safari over at Six
Oh my gosh!
Flags. And
oh my gosh!
the
That's
rides
fantastic.
at the Kunda Khan.
Now, did you have to, Grace, when you were hired, did you have to sign a contract that said you will not vacation outside of New Jersey?
Yes. I do vacation in New Jersey. And I enjoy it very much.
Oh my gosh! Where is a place? Now, I would imagine that the all the coastal areas you could very definitely spend a week, if not two, vacationing along the beaches and boating and sailing and snorkeling and whale watching and looking for porpoises and seals, and I mean there's so many things. Where could you also go outside of the coastal areas that would be sort of maybe at least a week? Like the mountains? Maybe?
Yeah, I would say go up to Sussex County. They have, some beautiful spas and hotels up there. Golf courses, where Crystal Springs Lodge and Resort, I think it's called Crystal Springs Lodge and Resort, is gorgeous. They have a fabulous wine collection.
Oh, nice.
And when I've gone up to Crystal Springs, I feel like I'm in Europe. I mean, it is that beautiful. I would highly recommend that.
So if I wanted to romance my girlfriend, that would be the place to go. Other than bringing her to the Bay Shore.
Yes.
There's some wonderful places on the Bay Shore, really
Yes.
romantic. But wow, that sounds terrific.
And then, like we said earlier, I'm born in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I moved to New Jersey when I was 10. I've grown up here, but we really didn't venture past Long Beach Island,
Sure.
guilty as charged, until I had this position, and really was just amazed when I went down and saw the beautiful Cape May, a historic whaling town.
It is worth the ride.
It is gorgeous. Congress Hall is a fabulous hotel. My husband and I have actually made it a tradition to go down Christmas time and see the tree at Congress Hall.
I've never done that. That sounds wonderful.
Little choo-choo train that the kids ride and go around, and Santa. So we have made that our tradition. They have the horse and buggy rides, enjoying all that area, and starting to get to hold that the Avalon, Stone Harbor.
Are we advertising internationally at all?
We do a very focused campaign to Canada, because our Canadian friends do love to shop. They love our outlets, and they love Cape May County, birding, and they stay for a week at least. So we definitely do some marketing and some advertising up in the Canadian regions. And as far as international, I mean, that's a whole other animal. You have to have a massive, massive budget to kind of go after that.
By the way, I'm lobbying for an international airport at Sandy Hook.
Are you really?
No, not really.
Like, where are you going to put an airport up?
Well, there's probably room, but I mean, you got the whole strip there. But
it's a federal park.
And Newark Airport is so conveniently located.
Convenient.
For those of you who haven't seen the video that I did, 6 minutes from Newark Airport to the beach, you're going to have to look at it. It's you can get to the Newark Airport to the beach here at Sandy Hook in 6 minutes if you're going about 600 miles an hour.
When I do have an opportunity to talk to international visitors, and I sometimes do at trade shows, I do like to remind them how close you are to the shore when you take Sea Streak. And
it's amazing.
And you don't have to worry about sitting in traffic.
And New York waterways.
And it's a beautiful way to come to the beach. And
I frequently go out on my boat, and it's almost time to launch my boat, but I race the Sea Streak.
Oh, gee.
I do.
Sure, now, the captain loves that.
Well, I don't. They started. They were nervous at first, and now they're sort of like, they see me with the video camera. But I can't race it, when it's full out, in the channel out. But when it comes down into the no wake zone, I handily beat it. And I've always wanted to go through it, under it. But I thought, I'll probably get arrested for that.
Yeah.
So I don't do it. Do you like to go boating? Do you like to go out on the water at all?
Yeah. My brother lives in Atlantic Highlands, and he has a boat that he keeps right at the marina by the Shore Casino, and my father's a fisherman, so we are definitely out on our boats and enjoying the beautiful views and the water and everything. It's great.
What are some misconceptions? We talked a little bit about some of the history of New Jersey, in fact, that people sort of just saw oil refineries and that sort of thing, and never thought of, this is the Garden State, for goodness sakes. What do you think are some maybe twinges of misconceptions that still exist? Or maybe a more pertinent question would be, what would surprise people? What are some things that people may not know about New Jersey?
I think people are not aware of how vast and beautiful some of the countryside is. The country of Colts Neck, Warren County, Hunterdon County, where you just see the rolling hills and the beautiful scenic byways. It's really quite glorious in many areas, and really close to New York, especially for people that are biking, to come over from Manhattan and go over to Hunterdon County and spend a day, biking in one of our county parks. I think that is something that people don't realize a lot.
I think that even here in the Jersey Bayshore, the thing that I think is miraculous is the tremendous variety, just like New Jersey, of things, scenery, elevations. You can go from the beach and you can be on Kings Highway and suddenly on a gravel road out in the middle of the country and see all kinds of weird, strange farm animals and think you're like, 40 miles away in the middle of New Jersey. It's so much here.
Right here, Huber Woods.
Yeah.
Ocean.
Have you been to the reptile house?
Yes, I have. Not a long time, but of course. I think we did birthday parties there with my boys at different ages. But I really would like to encourage, the people that are in the Bayshore area, especially your businesses that are looking to attract tourists, reach out to me. I'm available. 1-800-VISIT-NJ is our phone number. Go to our website, Visit NJ, because it's visitnj.org. You can list your attraction. You can list your amusement park, your miniature golf, your scuba lessons. It's a marketing tool for you to put up there. And events, because I know you've got some great events going on.
We do.
From St. Patrick's Day to clam bakes to concerts, all these things. We can promote the Bayshore. We can help you more. It's just a matter of starting the conversation and reaching out to the Division of Travel and Tourism, reaching out to me. You can refer people to me. You and I can talk.
And I already do reach out to her. That's why she's here. So
I know.
She's talking to you through me.
I am. That's why I'm glad we're having this conversation, because there are things that we can do.
Sure.
And I want to promote the Bayshore more. I think it's a great, like you said, welcome mat to New Jersey.
Sure.
This is where, when they come, when our visitors come down Route 36, they're stopping at they're hitting the Bayshore, and I want them to stop in Keansburg and Keyport and have buffalo wings and a beer and at the end of a beach day and enjoy all these great places.
Well, I may be asking for it with this question, but I met Grace rather recently, and that I'm a volunteer doing this and love it, enjoy it. What do you think of what we're doing? Not necessarily me, but the way we're going at this.
I love it.
Really?
I love it. I think it's time to define the Bayshore, define the parameters. Let's start branding it.
Well, it is a challenge, because in some ways Route 36 is a lot like we talked about earlier, the New Jersey Turnpike. It's a road to get you someplace, and most of the time people are going right to Sandy Hook, which is a tremendous asset.
Yep.
But they go to Sandy Hook, spend the whole day, and they might have dinner or something someplace else, but then they right back. And trying to get people to as they go down Route 36 and other roads too. There's other places in the Jersey Bayshore besides Route 36 to stop and kind of take a look at the bay. There's so many things. Mount Mitchell, the view from Mount Mitchell, or the view from the Twin Lights, or any of the beaches we have in the Jersey Bayshore, Grace, over 35 miles of beaches when you include ocean, bay, and river. And the river, these beaches are clean. These are clean, wonderful beaches, and many of them absolutely free. You don't need a ticket, you don't need a license. You just walk on and enjoy it. And it's shallow. And what's nice about the river or mostly the bay, is there's no huge waves. So if you've got small children and you're just looking for them to wave in, the sand is in some places pretty smooth. You just don't want to step on a clam, they'll eat you alive. They're very dangerous, those clams.
That's funny.
Now, do you like clams?
I do.
Really?
More steamers.
Not everybody does. Yeah. I like clams too. I went out with a clammer, and it was very interesting. We used to have scallops and stuff. We've got a lot of seafood in this state. We have an entire coast, and I don't know offhand how much of our coast is on the water? Do you happen to know? It's like 120 miles.
Oh yeah,
isn't it?
128 miles.
128 miles. Beaches are pristine. They're beautiful.
It's amazing. Our water quality is excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, it compares to New Hampshire. It's that good.
Nice.
Every
Nice.
year we have, well, it's every year, and I've been doing it obviously like for the past 4 years, is the State of the Shore. And that starts at the beginning of the season, and you'll have like the head of DEP will get up and really has a lot to brag about concerning the water quality. We're very lucky, and that we have a state that's made it a priority to keep our beaches and our water clean.
Good.
It's everything.
Yeah. Well, Grace, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming
It's
on
my-
and talking about New Jersey. And
Thank you for working so hard to promote our Bayshore. It really, it needs to be promoted more. It should be promoted more. And hopefully together we can make a difference.
well, you know, in sort of the final comments here, what's really nice is that people are now volunteering. That we're not necessarily relying on the state or the county or a city to do this. We're sort of all working, and a good society, I think, is one that my mom, I don't know that she actually knew this intellectually, but she was a big supporter of volunteering, that you really need lots of different parts of a society to work together. You need government, you need business, and you need citizens. You need people to pull together. And sometimes we have diverse objectives and all that, but we do want a better quality of life. And I think having tourists from New Jersey come to New Jersey and appreciate New Jersey is the number one priority. And let's not litter as we go. Take your garbage with you, but also being welcoming to tourists and not sort of being disingenuous about their being here. And there's slang terms for what tourists are. I'm not saying you embrace them and hug them, but we need to be more welcoming as a state, I think. And yes, the traffic gets clogged up, but one of the prices you pay for being in a beautiful state like New Jersey is that you're going to have a lot of people want to come and visit it. And I don't always, my home is always open, my family, my friends. There are times when I don't want anybody to visit me, but most of the time, you have to be hospitable and let your friends come and enjoy this environment. And what I find to be really interesting is that anytime I have a guest come, they are surprised.
Yeah.
Surprised.
No, very much so.
All this stuff around us, get out. Stop being a smokestack. Stop staying at home and watching TV or walking down your own street. Get out and see the neighborhood. It's a big neighborhood, the neighborhood of New Jersey. You ought to be there, and I appreciate you coming to talk to us about it. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
My pleasure.
Take care.